in her lawsuit that she was lured by Puffy in 2005 and was allegedly trapped by Diddy under a slave record contract, and he used it as leverage to allegedly have sex with her with the promise of making her a superstar. But what she didn't do what Diddy said, Cassie says that at that point he started beating on her, kicking her, punching her on numerous occasions, using fear and intimidation to beat the brakes off that girl when baby didn't listen. Now Cassie says that it didn't stop there and that Diddy allegedly started forcing her to take drugs and even gave her ecstasy pills to compromise her mental state to satisfy his kinky lore fetishes. Now the industry been saying that Diddy's a super freak, but before today, no one ever had any concrete evidence on exactly how freaky that man was until Cassie just dropped a bombshell. Diddy even forced Cassie to have sex with multiple strange men, basically running a train on her, while Diddy pulled out a camera and recorded it. But Cassie's not the only woman that said that Diddy beat up on her, because another one of P. Diddy's longtime on and off again girlfriends, Gina V, who most people know as the girl that was beefing with Young Miami on the internet, said that Diddy used to smack up on her too.
Welcome. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. It's 2024. Relationships aren't easy.
Yeah, we are here tonight. We are late, but that's what happens when you have so much going on and you're trying to get right for 2024 and you're trying to prepare for a show. So we hope that we didn't throw some of you off and that you tap in. And also, we know you guys were watching the game. So we kind of like said, you know what? Let them get their game time in. It's okay. It's all right. But tonight's topic, everyone, we're going to be talking about, would you have a relationship with P. Diddy? It doesn't mean, now for the fellas, it doesn't mean have sex with him unless you know you about that life. It means any kind of relationship, a friendship, a partnership, a sexual relationship, a jump off, any type of relationship with P. Diddy.
Shout out to Link's Music. What's up, bruh?
What is
Link's got beats. Chill.
All right, but before we jump in, because we want to give people time to come on in and discuss this topic with us, let's talk about our 2024. Like, what's up with Smack the Indie Plug for 2024? What's up with you?
Well, for 2024, we're bringing back the Unsigned Hype Music Network, also adding a cipher to it. 16-bar challenge, and I just had a business call today that sealed the deal for the last piece of that. So we're going to see, we're trying to make something happen for the 302 regarding, I want to use a Delaware producer and, some cipher, Delaware artists. Delaware may not be an artist. It might be a person that just like to go off on a beat, but it's a 16-bar challenge. So our first show is going to be February the 10th. We have our headliner, Black O, a.k.a. Deontay Bleen. For those who don't know, I've been a big fan of his for a while now. He will be headlining the show. We also have some other artists who are coming, getting slots. Some y'all haven't seen or heard from in a while. They're grabbing the slot. So I'm really excited about this. Big shout out to my team, DJ Real and DJ J-Rock. Those are the DJs for the Unsigned Hype Music Network and Cypher.
Okay, so it sounds like you have a very busy year and you bringing back the showcases, which is, synonymous. When you say Smack, you automatically think showcases. So, as your partner, I'm proud of you and I'm glad that you're stepping back into the ring, because I'm not going to even front. I see all these showcases and you know what? Everybody got to do their thing. Everybody got their vision. but I always saw it as your thing. So I'm happy that you're coming back to execute your thing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, babe. That means a lot to me. Since I made the announcement and put the flyer up, shout out to Tracks Music, my co-host for Unsigned Hype. Real, I mean, I've been working with Tracks for a long time. He's been on the team for a while, and it's time to start passing the torch, just getting him seasoned up. So you never know what's gonna happen. We're gonna be in some cities too, with our vision. And shout out to Asphalt, the veteran. Just secured him as our videographer.
Okay, cool.
But what I want to let you know is, since I made the announcement, there's so many people in my inbox and calling me saying they're glad that I'm coming back.
Oh,
And I don't, they was like, we are so glad you coming back. It's different smack. You have passion to want to help us, teach us, educate us, and you giving away things. So that made me feel really good. And people are actually trying to adjust their work schedule so that they can get slots and things of that nature. We have people coming from Maryland, some from Virginia, got some Philly cats coming. So it feels really good to have a variety of artists and that they miss me.
okay.
Yep.
Well, great. That is Max New Year. Shout out to Jay. Hey, baby. Thank you. He said I look slayed. And there's a reason why I look slayed. We're talking about 2024. And this year, I will be launching my boutique this year. So I'm slayed with the pieces that I will be selling in my boutique. Now, the official launch will be in April 2024. If you know anything about Peach, you know it has to be a party. So, we're going to have a wind down, pop up, brunch, party, extravaganza. For the details, you can actually go to peach.com, which is peach, PEEAACH.com, and you can go ahead and get on that subscriber list. I will be giving out free merch similar to the glasses I have on, similar to the outfit that I have on. I will be giving out so much stuff. You know how I got love for my followers and everyone that support me. So please go to the website, subscribe, and yes, this year I will be officially launching the boutique. If you've been following me on my pages, on my social media, I have been blogging. I will be blogging my journey. And here's why. Because I believe inside of each and every one of you is an entrepreneur ready to bust out, but you probably don't have the know-how or you need the inspiration. So I am coming through, and for my plus size divas like myself, there will be several pieces. You will not be in the back like these stores. When we go to Macy's, it's only like 4 or 5 rounders. But at the Peach Boutique, it'll be several rounders for the plus size ladies, and we're going to be looking great. So
Yeah.
please follow my pages. If you're on my Peach page, my Peach Entrepreneur page, my Peach ENT page, my main Pierce Peach McCoy page, I will have all that information on there. Please follow all the blogs. Please watch all the videos. I will be sharing coupons. The boutique featured on it. I have a very special guest that I love and I admire her so much. She is a plus size diva, model extraordinaire. Her name is Miss Annette Fletcher. She will be there showing you ladies how you can walk. Not only when you buy this stuff, you will walk this stuff, you will leave inspired. If you
Your
know
head
me,
up.
that's right. If you know me, everything about me is about positivity, love, and becoming the best you. So 2024 is going to be hot.
Yeah, I'm proud of you too for go ahead and 2024 when we were sitting down talking that you are launching your boutique. I think that's real important because you're just so good at it.
Thank you. Thank you. I try.
She don't give me no advice though, y'all. She don't. She just be like, "What you think? What you think?" See, relationships aren't easy. I be like, babe, I be trying to step out of my comfort zone, but everybody that know me know I like wearing black, blue. That's about it. A few little colors here and there.
And another thing that's going on new with us, as the relationships aren't easy, the brand, we believe in relationships. We believe in love, and we want to promote love and positivity for people that's trying to sustain these relationships. It's not easy, right?
Yes, it's
So on March the 2nd, we're having our very first event. Okay, it's called Couples Night Out. Singles, you are welcome, but you better come respectful because it's about the couples, it's about bonding, and it's about building friendships with other couples and having a great time. Okay, so it's March 2nd. Please visit our website, relationships.vip. Get in. It's going to be a beautiful event. If you ever been to anything that I like to put my name on, if I stamp my name, it's going to be put together. Okay, put together. Brunch, everything is going to be spectacular. Oh, well, I don't know. I love brunches. No. My wind down pop-up shop is a brunch. I'm sorry. But couples night out is the actual dinner, and we're going to have a great time.
Yes, and I would suggest you getting a VIP ticket if you know another couple. That seems to me like if I was coming to this event, I would get two of my, get my homie to come out with their their mate, and we all just go in and get a table together. That's the best one, I think, because it comes with the bottle to be chilled on ice. It comes with they bring your food to you instead of you standing in a line, and then you get a choice of.
Now that's VIP.
That's VIP, and you get a choice of a certain type of meal. We'll have options for you, and then you get the shrimp cocktail and the desserts.
Well, I think the food selection as always will be awesome, but I'm just more in love with the ambiance. I'm an ambiance.
She's
The
gonna set the
ambiance.
tone.
I'm the ambiance
And
person.
then we got DJ Mimi. So, this, I guarantee you, and when you go home with your mate, you're going to have a most amazing night. That's all I got to say.
Now, listen, y'all, there has been so much interest. I see y'all flying on and off the website. So I will say, if we get an overflux of couples, we may have to revisit the venue. Right now is at the tavern. But if so many of you, the way I see y'all looking, we might have to move this. I know you don't like change, but hey, let's just make it. If it's gotta be, it's gotta be. You know how.
Right. But if we get an overflux of ticket sales, and as any business, we may have to, change that, to a bigger venue. But I think that where we're having it at, I just like the feel of it. I just like it.
Yep. Oh, and while we're on here, has nothing to do with what we're talking about now. Shout out to Baby Onyx. Baby Onyx's birthday is coming up, okay? Oh, yeah, so Baby Onyx, happy birthday. It's coming up. I know. So shout out to Baby Onyx.
Happy birthday, Baby Onyx, coming for Smack the Indie Plug.
All right.
Look, I just got to say this about Baby Onyx. I saw it was either on Amber's or Jay's page. I think they got him like this little go-kart that goes in a circle. And instead of him sitting in it the way it's supposed to be, I'm like, yo, he's gonna be a like a stunt person. He was on it backwards and driving it. I said, yo, if I was a kid, I'd be scared. Yo, he was getting it though, and going around in a circle and going front and back. I'm like, yo, he's got nerve, cause I'd be scared.
I think
I
Baby
just
Onyx
thought it
is
was so
gonna
cute.
Baby Onyx is gonna be a performer or some type of host or some public type figure. But
Yeah.
let's get into our topic because I know people are like, dang, they didn't even start the topic. All right, so before we get into Miss Diddy, that's what I'm called, Miss Diddy. Before we get into Miss Diddy, I just want to say, let's give some acknowledgments to Cat Williams. Cat Williams just exploded the internet, and I think the next time we come on, we need to talk about Cat. But
Yes.
we had already decided to talk about Miss Diddy. But shout out to Cat for
Yeah,
blowing
big
up the
shout out.
scene.
I've always been a fan of Cat Williams because he's just so real, and he lives in his purpose and in his truth. You feel what I'm saying? He ain't never tried to be something that he's not, and
That
that's
is
why I
true.
like Cat.
That is true.
Now on Diddy, on the other hand, we already had people commenting, "Nah, I would not date Diddy." So I just want to say, like, with me being in the music, you know what I'm saying? Like with Diddy, with me being into music, every time I see him, like when it was making the band, that's when I really started getting into knowing who P. Diddy was, right? My gaydar would always go up with him.
Yeah, and
You too?
yeah. Let me tell you what made it go up for me. Right, it was in the '90s. Right, and this is why I can't understand why people aren't on to Diddy being within the community. It was the shiny suits. It was the shiny suits. Right.
And then
It was
for me,
that
you
take
wanted,
that take that take
and I
that.
always want to take a dude shopping.
Yeah. Take
Real
that,
men
take
ain't
that,
taking
take
other
that.
men shopping. I'm just keeping it real. I
That's
can't. I don't see. I don't see. I've never heard any of my brothers wanting to take any other man shopping, but just looking at him and his mannerisms. I pick up on mannerisms. You know what I'm saying? Just the way he hugs a man. I looked at all of that from back in the day. I was like, oh, he gay.
yeah.
That's all. I always said that
And
about him.
you know what else? What here's another indicator. When Wendy Williams was taking off a Hot 97 when she was running around singing that there is a gay rapper, immediately I thought it was Diddy. Again, the shiny suits, the always, in the movies with the men. Like he was doing all the more dancing in the scenes with the men than the darn women. And then another thing, I always felt like his girlfriends were beards, right? You notice, like, no, seriously, if you're heterosexual, no, not them having beards. Beards in the LGBT community, meaning that the girl was their, cover up. All right. So I always felt like Cassie and Casey and all of them. And J Lo, Kim, Kim, and all of them was nothing but beards.
You know what's crazy though is a lot of people don't realize that LGBT people in the music industry make some of the most important decisions that go on in the industry. A lot of LGBT people are the creators of some of the things that are your favorites. But we're not here to get into that tonight.
No, we're not here
But
for that.
I really truly you know, let's get into Diddy. Diddy has been, according to Forbes, estimated at, his net worth being $1 billion. And I just want to talk about money for a minute. Okay, I want to stop there. He's estimated at 1 billion. I can't say that's what it is today because he lost some major contracts, especially
Yes.
with the people who do some rock. But he was getting ready to lose that anyway because he messed up the contract. He did something. He what do they call it? He what did he do? It's called he breached the contract with his actions. And I wanted to say sometimes people have so much money that they feel like because they got so much money they can do whatever they want. They could do whatever they want. use money to get what they want. You feel what I'm saying? But do you know how much he made off of Ciroc?
No, I don't. I
Take a
didn't.
guess, because he was just a brand ambassador for them.
Maybe about $1 billion.
Nah, in a month.
Oh, in a month. Oh, so you're saying like his what's the name checks?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that was a residual income of maybe about I say 25 million a month.
He was making $60 million.
Ugh.
Actually, that was a year. Excuse me. He was making $60 million a year off of Ciroc. And, you know, he was also get ready to start pushing De Leon tequila. So the contract with Ciroc would have ended and he would have picked up that, but they were supposed to be running them like side by side, and then Ciroc would have dropped off and then the De Leon tequila. So him being that brand ambassador that he is, because people weren't drinking Ciroc until Diddy, someone who is an influencer, started doing it. Now that's all you see. People of color, that's what they drink.
Well,
Ciroc.
But
he lost that contract. The company that owns that as pushed away from Diddy, and then Revolt has pushed away. So things that were really making him rich, he's losing. You know what I'm saying? But if you know,
and
I
Bad Boy
got a
is,
question. I don't think he would be as popular if he came out of the closet. My thoughts.
I don't think so either.
I don't think back then,
Back
no.
then, no. Today, it don't matter.
It don't matter. Back then, nah. But it's still, you know, what he has done. When you settle, this is how I feel. When he made that settlement with Cassie, that's, to me, that's like you're admitting that you did do that. That's how I feel.
Okay.
Because you settled.
Let's just wind it back. Let's.
But when you look at everything with Diddy, let's go back now.
We gotta wind it back.
Everybody that was a part of his hierarchy, or his team, or close to him, is dead.
Not everybody.
Almost everybody, except
Not
for the dude that was a
Farnsworth Bentley.
You notice he's out the way. We don't hear nothing from him.
He's active on social media. But I would like, before we go into, the topic at hand, would you have a relationship with Diddy?
Hell no.
Let's unpack him first. Let's unpack him. Like, let's start. Is he a gay man? Do you think Diddy is...
I think he's bisexual.
Okay, so that's all right. Does everybody else agree he's bisexual? I believe Diddy is fluid or bisexual. I believe he is.
I believe he's bisexual. I believe he's bisexual. I believe he likes men and women.
Do you believe Diddy? Again, we still unpacking him because we've heard.
I think
so
he
much.
like young boys.
Or is he a pedophile? Is Diddy a pedophile? Do you believe he's a pedophile?
I think he likes them young.
I'm actually okay. What do you mean
like,
by young? Is
when
he
I say
a pedophile?
young, I'm gonna say at least 18.
Okay, I'm not sure for real. Okay, so if you like him young, right? So the definition of pedophile is someone that's under 18 years of age.
Yeah, I don't want to go. I'm not trying to go there.
Okay, we just unpacking.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna say he a pedophile. Nah.
Okay, so you're gonna say he's not. I'm gonna venture off to say that it's a strong possibility because he's in Hollywood. Okay, so we're saying he's a bisexual, possible pedophile, and what about a womanizer? Do we think Diddy is a womanizer?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay, so bisexual or fluid, possible pedophile, and a womanizer.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talking about relationships.
And not even just womanizer. He's a mananizer. Is that a word?
Okay, so now we unpacking Miss Diddy here. Okay, Miss Diddy, we narrowing you there. So That's Miss Diddy in a nutshell. If you're talking about having a relationship with Miss Diddy, you're getting.
Yeah, he is a freaky dude.
He is.
Brandy.
You're
Yeah.
freaking getting. Okay, so what we said, possibly bisexually fluid, possible pedophile, womanizer, um, abuser of women and men, right?
Yeah.
Will we say Diddy a rapist? Is Miss Diddy a rapist?
I'm going to say that. I'm going to say
It's a possibility.
it's a possibility. Just from, you can't believe everything you hear in the media, but when you hear the stories of him allowing a train of men and he taking pictures on Cassie, and then he's recording and taking pictures of that, and then he goes and takes it and she don't want it. That's rape.
You must have heard.
No means no.
Did you hear what Gene Dill had to say?
What was
Gene
that?
Dill, his former bodyguard. I travel on them YouTube streets heavy, listening to podcasts and streams, live streams and stuff. Well, according to Gene Dill, those men weren't just for Cassie. They were for him too. She just went out and recruited the men.
Oh, I did hear that. Yeah.
Okay, so what are we saying? And also out on the
But
YouTube
your question
street,
was that I think he was,
a rapist.
and I said possibly.
Okay,
It's possible.
so
Because no, I'm a firm believer that no means no. If she just went through and did all that with all those men, right? I don't know, and then he goes and just takes it from her because maybe he ain't get something, and she's fighting him off, and he still does it. Because there are videos of him, her in a closet laying on the ground, and him being very extra aggressive with her. Just his character, I don't know. We don't have that proof, but it could possibly.
Okay, now I'm going to harp in with something that I heard on the YouTube streets directly from the mouth of a comedian. The comedian, shout out to MREC TV, the comedian Scruncho. If you know Scruncho,
Oh yeah, I
he's
like
in a couple
Scruncho.
movies.
Yeah,
He actually
Ultimate
said
King. The Ultimate Kings of Comedy.
He actually said on a live stream that he snuck into a P. Diddy party. Now, I know people like to think of rape as an actual physical attack, but there are other forms of rape, such as drugging someone for rape. And his parties, according to Scruncho, was styled that way.
Yes.
Like you would come and it would be all kinds of liquor. It would be all kinds of stuff in the food. It would
And
be
people
all
would
kinds
tell you,
of drugs.
Yeah.
And once you got there, it was a possibility you would wake up with somebody's dick in your mouth.
yeah.
So
and then they said, don't drink
possibly
that punch.
Diddy's.
Don't drink that punch. That's for the women. Don't drink that, bro. Drink from this one. They had different punch bowls there. I know y'all like, how y'all get all this information? I mean, y'all got to go on and, go on to some podcasts that have some very good
and the
interviews with
celebrities are
people.
talking.
The celebrities are really talking, and it's coming from their people who were their mouths. And that's what's crazy. When I heard that, I was just like, yo, it's done for Diddy. I don't know. He said he's going to do everything to keep his name intact. But, brother, when you got big companies moving away from you, you're losing what gives you money. And now the other thing, since, the settlement with Cassie, you got people who are on the Bad Boy label. Now Bad Boy label has a lawsuit from a woman, Caucasian girl, I think, that says she got raped at 17 and 16 in the studio by his business partner. So my thing is, in my world, and relationships aren't easy, and I always try to encourage people to, fight for your relationship. But the question is, would you have a relationship with P. Diddy? And in my eyes, hell no.
After we unpack them, I mean, again, that's why I said let's unpack who he is.
Yeah,
and
nah.
based off of what we're saying. And I want to say, go check out the Bashir Gray um thing. He's talking about his experience in Hollywood and also Orlando. I know everybody think he's
Mm-hmm.
just absolutely nuts, but I think there's some truth in what he's saying. But after us unpacking Miss Diddy the way we just did, for me, no.
And one of the things and that I thought was very powerful because I've been listening. Once it came out on December the 20th, you just had so many people coming out with their stories. So they reminded us of the Wendy Williams situation, right?
Hmm.
So with Wendy Williams, I didn't know. I know she started on Hot 97, right?
No, she started somewhere else, but Hot 97 is where everyone started getting really familiar with
Got
her.
started getting familiar with her. And so what happened is P. Diddy is the one that got her fired. And I can't even say he got her fired. They suspended her at first
We're
and
gonna
she
say
ended up
allegedly because she
allegedly.
was gonna release the gay
Yeah.
rapper thing.
Yeah, back in the 90s, wasn't it? Late
Yes.
90s she was going to release that
Yes.
information.
Now, could we just? We're both in the community. Let's just talk about.
But that goes to show you that money talk because he had threatened to move all his artists from their station.
Yeah. Well,
Money talk.
money talk, and we all know that. But the most important takeaway that I want everyone to leave this broadcast with, and every stream, every Hollywood conspiracy that I hear, I want you to understand. And P. Diddy, if you ever watch this, there is nothing wrong with you being LGBTQ.
It's not,
That
bro.
should never be a part of the scandal piece.
Right.
Your sexuality has nothing to do with you as a person, your morals, what you stand for. So,
What you
him
did to
being
Usher was wrong, P. Diddy.
LGBTQ is not the problem. The issue is all the other stuff. The
Mm-hmm.
issue is the rape piece, the pedophilia, and I know we're talking about relationships with Diddy in which you could be in any, I mean, it doesn't have to be a sexual one, but his terrible business acumen and the
Mm-hmm.
deaths of
After
Pac
20 years.
and Biggie, it's just,
Yeah.
it's too much. So it's like, where could you deal with him?
Mm-hmm.
I can't deal with him in a relationship. I couldn't deal with him in a business
Controlling.
partnership
Mm-hmm.
because of how he handles things. And I couldn't even be, all right, unpack him as a friend.
Yeah.
Where has you, who is his friends? Who's come forward to say something positive about him? Even his, what is it, the guy that was his assistant for 20 years, or no, that's Will Smith assistant that came out for 20 years. And by the way, I was watching something and he said that Will Smith and P. Diddy been having a relationship since the beginning of their careers, like on and off,
The two of
doing
them.
them, doing it, yes, doing
I
their
believe
thing,
that. I
as well
believe
as
it.
Dwayne, Mark, all of them. Like, it's a lot.
Hold
But
on, Dwayne Wade?
Dwayne Martin,
Oh, Dwayne
Tisha
Martin.
Campbell's husband.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about
Tisha
Dwayne
Campbell's
Wade.
husband. But either way, when you unpack him, you can't even be his friend.
Somebody
Lisa said when Biggie was killed, and even before I didn't like him at all, he gave me so many bad vibes. He does.
real, and I thought it was all gonna come out then because they was applying that pressure. I mean, how you? It's so much, and then Shine. Remember Shine, Lisa? Shine went.
Didn't Sean go to jail for him?
Yeah, Shine went to jail for him, and when he got home, it wasn't right.
Mm,
You feel me?
mm,
He went to jail on a murder charge.
mm. Like I said, when you unpack him either way, when you look at him,
Yeah.
when you start pulling him apart, I can't see him fitting anywhere. Where could you fit him?
I don't know. I can't
Where
fit
are
him
you-
nowhere.
where are
I
you
wouldn't want to
putting
do
him?
business with him.
You wouldn't want to be in a relationship with him. You can't even. Can somebody to the people
Because
watching?
I mean something. Like my brand.
Any friends? Does he have friends?
You got TD Jakes.
Wait a minute. Okay, so the this
ain't
whole
been at
TD
TD
Jakes. TD
I'm
Jakes.
sorry, TD
Yo,
Jakes.
they more than friends. Something ain't right. Something ain't right.
Lisa said nope. I'm sorry, TD
Yeah,
Jakes.
TD Jakes. Let's go there for a minute. Okay.
I'm not speaking on it. Lord, forgive me.
So, Miss Jakes and Miss Diddy. Could somebody tell me why TD Jakes' son that went to jail looked like Diddy?
Is it his real son or is it because I thought that TD Jakes, his sons, they are.
I don't
from
know if
his,
it's the real one or whatever, but
Hold
whatever
on, let
the
me say
parties.
this. Hold on. His wife had 2 sons before they got together.
Well, that's freaking Diddy's son because if you follow me on my page, I put that picture up. I'm like, ain't no way who.
Yeah,
nah, that's one of them one of them jump off party kids.
This is what it is.
Wait, let me see if I can find it because I want to show
See if
y'all.
you can find it. I'm gonna
That don't
explain.
make no damn sense.
Because TD Jakes, before his wife that he's with, she had 2 boys young. She had started having kids very young, and then the 2 of them met, and he married her and adopted those boys as his sons. And they are LGBTQ.
Okay, well,
Yes.
I'm telling you, that child looks like freaking P. Diddy. And I don't know what's going on in Hollywood, but they need to pull it together.
She said Hollywood. But anyway, anybody else got any comments y'all want to say? Like,
Would y'all date P. Diddy?
yeah, I want to know, what do y'all think of Sean P. Diddy Combs? I mean, I'm sorry, Love Combs.
No, Miss Diddy.
Miss Love.
Look. Tell me that don't look like P. Diddy.
Yeah, that's TD Jake. That's TD Jake's son.
No, that's
And
Diddy's
dude look like
son.
Hold on.
Look, y'all.
He do.
That's Diddy's son.
It do look like.
That look like
hold
Diddy.
Hold on. But that's TD Jake's. Not his biological son. It's his wife's son. She had 2 boys before she met TD Jakes. Yep, that's.
I
him.
don't know what's going on in that community, but they need to freaking stop it because it's crazy. It's too much.
Yeah.
It's off the chain. And again, all right, so let's go to the poll because I put out a poll. Please, if you're not following our relationships on Easy page,
Yes,
please
please
do. I put up a poll asking y'all would y'all date P. Diddy because obviously we're saying no relationships. We're saying no for so many things, right? But there are other ways that you could deal with people. Some people, might want, you might risk everything to deal with him. You know what I'm saying? You might decide that you want to be rich and famous and deal with him. You might be that.
Nah.
So I did a poll, right? And I said, would you have a relationship with Diddy, right? So most of you guys said, hell no. Hell no, I ain't dealing with Diddy, right? So then the next few people say, yeah, why not? Let's see.
They did. They said.
Okay, so let's say that name. Calvin Bland and...
Don't give out people's
Okay, I won't
names.
give out their names. Okay, so some people said they would date Diddy. And then somebody actually put up their year for the benefits only.
But majority of our
People
people
said
are-
hell to the no.
Yeah, it said hell to the no.
Bruce said they will know when they have that meeting with folks and things start getting weird.
Oh yes, they will. Definitely.
They gonna
definitely.
know about it.
Yes.
They gonna know about it.
Yo.
But did you hear what Cat Williams said about Diddy?
What he said?
That he hit on him a few times and he had to tell him no.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Like this Diddy ish is getting out of control.
Sometimes people with a lot of money, big money, I'm talking, that man is a billionaire. Sometimes people with money like that feel like their money will shut people up.
Yeah, that is true. He
It
did hit
makes
on
them
50.
feel, oh yeah, he did hit on 50. Topic at the meeting,
Oh, the
dress.
dress. You know what they talking about in order. Okay, and Kat kind of hit on this, and we're going to talk about Kat next week on relationships aren't easy. From a perspective, I think Kat seems to be like a difficult person because of his beginnings to have a relationship with. So we'll talk about Kat next week. But anyway, back to Kat. He was stating in his interview that, as part of your $1 billion package of fame, comics and some actors have to put on a dress, whether it's on screen or off screen. Now, if you got to do it off screen, you got to be that dress. You got to bend over. You got to bend over. Take that, take that, take that. And that's another reason why I felt, come on, what man going around take that, take that, take? And then his newest line is what?
What?
What is he calling men now? Oh God. What
Well,
did he say now? His new phrase. I love you or something like that.
It's a satanic business that's built on that type of stuff, and people will fall victim. They shake and tail feathers in that business.
They doing all kinds of stuff to get to where they need to go.
And that's why I always tell artists to remain independent, be your own business person.
Oh, daddy. That's what he calling him now.
daddies.
Daddy. You looking
Daddy.
good, daddy. You
Yeah.
doing that, daddy. What'd he say about what's
They
his
said
name?
TD Jakes is a bottom.
Power bottle.
Power bottom. Yeah, this mess is crazy. So I just want to say, to look at how many artists, if you look at the artist male figure, that's what we're going to look at right now, that Diddy has had some tie to. You got the Usher. You got Justin Bieber. You have, what's the guy's name that was with Making the Band? He was from, what's his name, Freddie?
Who?
He was with Making the Band. It's
the Making the Band do Freddie P.
Yeah. So my thing is like, and then the Game. The Game was around Diddy for 2 years. We know Game is a dope rapper, right? You around this man 2 years, like almost every day, and this man taking you shopping and everything.
Oh, you didn't.
He ain't never took you to the studio. The rumor has it, he was Diddy boyfriend. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But
so what
my
about
thing,
Crisscross?
Yeah, I heard about the crisscross thing
with him and Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah. I heard about all of that
Fab,
as well.
Yup.
Yeah. And these people around P. Diddy, and he's using them as boy toys. And I'm just gonna say it. And they're there to learn so that they can be big stars. Now Usher and Justin Bieber, if you notice, Justin Bieber, when he was just a kid, he was just a kid. But when he got into the industry, he started doing drugs. He started drinking. His life started going downhill. And sometimes when some men, straight men, are taken advantage of in that way, that's trauma. And so they don't know how to deal with it. So they go to the drinking, they go to the drugging. Not saying all, but it's a part of how they dealt with trauma. And here we have Usher. There's rumors that he has herpes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And so what I'm saying is that he was there at a young age, sleeping with all kinds of women and having fun at Diddy's house. But guess what? Diddy made them stars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, people.
But they had to do what they had to. I feel like they had to do what they had to do, become the star that they are.
And you know what? I'm not. If that's what they want, and if you're willing,
I'm not. And then that's why people be saying about the Illuminati and selling your soul to the devil and be saying all this crazy stuff, because some people want it so bad that they'll do that.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think one piece of the sell your soul to the devil part is the LGBT aspect of it. You know, a lot of men can't handle, you know, the fact
Yeah.
that there are men that are bisexual, there are men that are gay in the industry, and it's men that utilize, they weaponize their sexuality to
Yeah.
get what they want. So,
Right.
you know, if that's what they want to do,
I
more
can't.
power to you.
I can't wait till 50 Cent come out with his documentary on all of this.
Okay,
Cause it seems like 50 Cent has a lot of receipts.
well, guess what? 50 Cent need to be quiet too because it's some word out on the street about 50 Cent too. But we're not going to talk about that tonight.
I love 50, man.
I love. Listen, you
People will
could be
do.
gay and I still love you.
Yeah, people will do whatever for money and fame. Oh my, Lisa said I can't wait.
Yeah, nah. I don't have. I mean, I love 50 is a fellow cancer like myself. I love 50, but you need not to harp on LGBTQ plus because there are number one, there are things out here about you 50, and number two, 50. Your mom is LGBTQ plus, so why are you doing this? I mean, if you're gonna out somebody, don't out them because of their sexuality. Out them because they're doing things that are so heinous that it should not be hidden. Like I said, raping somebody, being a pedophile, shady business deals, murders. Tell that.
Yeah, you know, she said this is why I told my son X to be an independent artist, and it's very true. I've always preached to artists to be independent. What is so big about you becoming a signed artist? Look at Tech Nine, and I'm not even gonna say no more. Just read up on Tech Nine, independent art. I've been following that man for years. He didn't, labels kept looking over him and looking over him, and usually people who stand for something and pump them brakes when you trying to do something or won't go along with what you trying to do. Sometimes you get blackballed, and now he's an independent artist that puts on others. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Yes, it's best to be independent. You could be your own independent artist. Look at Sebrew doing many things. He's on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be seeing people, what's it called? Mind your motherfucking business. Love it. People be doing videos to that. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
What?
Since we talk about being an independent artist, I think everybody not only should be independent artists. I think just being independent, having your own brand, and not seeking to be in the public eye through Hollywood is something we should all strive for. And since we're saying that, it's the responsibility of the public not to give all their energy to the people in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Support local
yeah.
people.
Yeah, and that's what's crazy is like the internet. What Club Shay Shay with the Cat Williams thing, 15 million views.
It's over that now.
But you know what's crazy is Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp. He ain't had nothing like that before Cat Williams came on, and so to me, I looked at that like, yo, Cat, even though he was dropping jewels, but he's worth something. You know what I'm saying? He's worth something, and he likes to clear the air. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't about people getting more than him because the man get money. He can go and do a tour and make money, and people gonna come see him. You know what I'm saying? He just wanted to pull out people who was out here telling lies, and I loved it, especially the Cedric Entertainer one.
Oh Lord, I'm a
Hold
punch
on.
Sid.
I'm about to do a
let's say that for
demonstration.
Cat Williams next week. Listen, let's say that for Cat Williams next week. We're gonna talk about business relationships and how that could get shoddy and dealing with difficult people. We'll talk about Cat next week. But yeah, this thing with P Diddy, I think you really hit on it. You know, Sebrew and you with the independent thing. P Diddy couldn't do half the shit that he was doing if people had more respect for independent artists.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have these men and women trying to get on so bad that they're making these rash decisions or placed in these terrible situations to be taken advantage of and destroying their lives.
Yeah.
If we respect artistry, period, because to me, everyone is worth something. Whatever your craft is, it shouldn't have to be validated by Hollywood or P. Diddy
Right.
or whomever else is out there.
Right. And then they, another thing, and I know this is not, we're going to talk about, I'm going to save it because we're going to talk about it on Jewel Dropping with independent artists. They be wanting to get that sign on bonus. You know what I mean? Getting that lump sum in the beginning. But some of them don't understand that sometimes when you get that lump sum, you really paying that money back, but you got to give up some other stuff too.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's that's why I keep telling people as a female, it's very hard in the industry.
Mm.
And it was getting really, out there. Look at Cassie, very talented artist, very talented. I think she came into Diddy's life when she was 16,
I think so.
and he just took advantage of her. And not to say his boy, Jay-Z, met Beyonce when she was 16.
What about Aaliyah?
Oh, Aaliyah too.
So,
And I'm telling you, that's why I be trying to tell you back to this money thing. When you got money and people broke, you know what I mean? Back then, money was money like 20 grand was like $1 million back in the day. You know what I mean? Why y'all and Aaliyah would still be here because she would have been that female artist.
and we ain't even gonna get into the whole conspiracy about the
Yeah.
Aaliyah's death and
We
all
we
of
should
that.
have we should talk about that on one of our shows. That'd be a great conversation for
um,
people.
Yeah.
These are the things that me and my girlfriend, my baby, we talk about, laying in bed because there's, we listen talking on YouTube. I mean, talking on YouTube. We listen to different things on YouTube, and these people with their bloggers and the podcasters, they, when they interviewing people, they have you think of, they have me anyway. I'm gonna speak for myself. Have me thinking about things on certain situations that the media put out there. That sometimes it has me. I don't even watch the news as much anymore because sometimes I feel like the news be trying to control us from the truth. The real
They
news.
try to hide the truth
Hide the truth
or
and not give us all the facts. You
omit
feel me?
some of the facts. Um, and I totally agree with you. But just to get back on subject, would I date Diddy? No.
You wouldn't.
Why? Why? Because I couldn't do anything with Diddy. I couldn't have any relationship, any style relationship with Diddy.
I'm gonna ask you a question. What about a mentorship?
I couldn't have a mentorship with Diddy.
He's a billionaire. You wouldn't want to know how
I
you
would
did
not.
it. You don't even want to know.
Okay, so let me tell you something.
I had to.
The
I had
only
to
thing
challenge
I
you a
can
little bit.
get from Diddy, the only thing that I can get from Diddy, and if you follow my page, I'm doing it now. I would just want an excerpt of his life to put a video to say that he came from here and he went there, and just put that out and whatever jewels he had to drop. Everything in the middle, I can't be in
Yeah.
the same space.
I was just trying to. Usually, you talking all relationships, so that's what I
Not
was
even a
trying to get.
mentorship
I
because
don't want nothing
you put
from 'em.
yourself in a bad space there too when it comes to Diddy.
I don't want nothing from Diddy. Just observing you through the lens of the media and YouTube and people who are around you that used to rock with you. Just listening to Mace, and Mace was your right hand. Just listening to their stories. I don't want nothing to do with you, man.
Yeah, you can't do anything with Miss Diddy. And just to get off the subject, right? All these years Hollywood knew he was doing all of these things. Can you guys just bear with me for a minute, right? Just think about this, right? Have you noticed that all of this stuff is blowing up and the Cat Williams stuff is conveniently blowing up when they're discussing the Epstein list? And Diddy, mind you, is on that list. So I suggest, when we get off here, if you haven't, because you've been engaged in the Diddy Gate and Cat Gate, that you look up the list. And Diddy is on that list.
It's crazy because my boy Sebrew, who was just on here, Sebrew did a TikTok. He was like, "Why ain't nobody talking about this list?" He had been talking about that list when we first heard about it. Sebrew had. And man, the names that you see on that list, I'm just like, yo, this is crazy.
Well, I've had that list while y'all was voting for your President Biden. I had that list already.
So my question is, this list, and maybe we need to do a show on it, but the list is people who've been to the island, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
People who have been to the island. If you know anything, and see, some people are going to try to glaze it over by saying, just because you went to the island, that don't mean you were involved. But if you knew how this island was designed, if you know exactly what him and Ghislaine was doing, and then you would say is a strong possibility that Jay-Z, Bill Clinton, and all of them, as well as P. Diddy, are pedophiles. But we're not going to talk about that tonight.
We're not talking about that tonight, but look, we're going to wrap up our show because I don't want no trouble coming our way. You know what I mean?
Everything here is alleged. We're talking about relationships.
Relationships aren't easy.
And definitely dealing with
lost
Diddy.
Your relationship because you went to the island and your name is on that list, that's your problem.
Or if you dealt with Diddy and the diddler didn't give you what you wanted because you went in, I can't do nothing for you or with you. I can't help you. Any closing words about relationships aren't easy with dating, getting a relationship with Diddy?
The only closing I got to say is that no, I wouldn't have any type of relationship with Mr. Love Combs. I wouldn't have any. But I will say this: if you're listening, Mr. Love P. Diddy Combs, if you need a friend, I'm here. It's okay to be yourself, brother. And if you need a friend, get in contact with me, and I have a lot of people in my network that can help you live your truth, help show you how to live your truth, for real. And sometimes living your truth in the world that we are, it's very different than who you were back in the 90s and being who you truly are today, my brother. That's all I want to say. So, Mr. Sean P. Diddy Combs, if you need a friend, call me, but I can't be in no relationships with you.
Well, my closing remarks for Miss Diddy. Number one, I just want to say, no, he's Miss Diddy. My closing remarks for you is this: I cannot deal with you in any capacity. I cannot have a relationship with you in any type of way. As far as you being a part of the LGBT community, please do us a favor and let everyone know. And please help people to separate the man's your behaviors from your sexuality, because you're not doing us any justice by doing that. So if you're LGBT, come out and say, yes, I'm a bisexual, I'm a fluid man. And then the rest after that, you need therapy. You need therapy because you are an abusive person to be in a relationship with. If you slept with children, you're a pedophile, so you need help there and possible jail time. Right your wrongs, and hopefully after you do all of that, you can get in a position to become friends with someone, just not me, or maybe possibly friends with a very good therapist, because you need the help. And for our audience, again, I want to stress, separate a person's sexuality from their acts. It's two different things. A pedophile and a person that's LGBT is two separate things. Please separate it. P. Diddy, get some fucking help. I don't want anything to do with you. And that are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts.
All right. So there y'all have it, man. My
Yeah.
baby gave her thoughts. So we will be back here next Sunday, and we'll be talking about Cat Williams.
Yep, Cat Williams. And what aspect should we talk about him?
We're going to talk about business, standing on business.
Standing on business.
Business relationships.
All right. Y'all have a good night, and we hope that you enjoyed us. Join us next Sunday around 6, 7 o'clock. You know, we're always busy. Please go to relationship.vip and sign up for our couples night. Singles
Love you
are
too, Lisa.
welcome, you guys. We love you. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you next week.
We're going to leave y'all with this video to close it out.
Oh, you want to play the video game?
Yeah, play
All
it
right.
again for him. We love you too, Lisa.
Love you.
In her lawsuit that she was lured by Puffy in 2005 and was allegedly trapped by Diddy under a slave record contract, and he used it as leverage to allegedly have sex with her with the promise of making her a superstar. But what she didn't do what Diddy said. Cassie says that at that point he started beating on her, kicking her, punching her on numerous occasions, using fear and intimidation to beat the brakes off that girl when baby didn't listen. Now Cassie says that it didn't stop there, and that Diddy allegedly started forcing her to take drugs and even gave her ecstasy pills to compromise her mental state to satisfy his kinky little fetishes. Now the industry been saying that Diddy's a super freak, but before today, no one ever had any concrete evidence on exactly how freaky that man was until Cassie just dropped a bombshell. Diddy even forced Cassie to have sex with multiple strange men, basically running a train on her, while Diddy pulled out a camera and recorded it. But Cassie's not the only woman that said that Diddy beat up on her, because another one of P. Diddy's longtime on and off again girlfriends, Gina V, who most people know as the girl that was beefing with Young Miami on the internet, said that Diddy used to smack up on her too.